Hi, welcome to Mini Medi, your daily dose of sanity, your mind, body, soul connection in a world that is at the moment very dysfunctional. So, this will help you to remain highly functional when there's chaos around you. As the old saying goes, let the whirling dervishes whirl. Do what comes to you to do. Do not get into the group think unless it is on the side of living life and being in joy and helping others to do the same, and not following the people who are practicing the deadly sins such as greed, arrogance, and ignorance. So ignorance, as we know, is just not knowing any better. So we do need to practice tolerance for those who think different and who are being different. So remember that we are human beings. So be still, be you, be true to yourself, and know who you are, and you are love. So be love, love yourself, love others, even if they are at a different place in their own evolution. And it's important to practice tolerance and patience with yourself and others. So be kind to yourself and gentle, and also to others. And you don't have to understand where they're coming from. That's not part of it. You don't even have to like everybody. Just wish everyone well. And if you are a prayerful person, as I am, pray for divine intervention. Live and let live, and allow people to be where they are, unless they are hurting you or your family. Then the message that I have would be different. So if someone's trying to harm you, you will need to push back on that. Yeah, it's an interesting time. I usually don't like to be controversial, but I have to be a little bit from time to time. So I was just thinking the other day, chicken pox. I believe this isn't accurate, but it's something like 46 states plus the District of Columbia is, you have to have chickenpox vaccine for your child to go to school. I don't remember that ever really causing too much. I do know that there are people who do not believe in vaccines, and they all have their reasons, and they may or may not be based on science. I have no idea. But I do know that there's people who believe that vaccines contribute to autism in children, and that's been a thing in the past, and I'm not sure where they got that information, because I've never actually had the chicken pox. So the good news is I can't get shingles, but you can get shingles, maybe not as bad. Even if you get the vaccine, you can still get shingles later on in life, but not as bad, I hear, as a person who's actually had the chicken pox. So it is a mandatory thing to go to school, and it didn't cause such an uproar as the vaccine for COVID is causing. To me, watching this as on the outside is like, you just can't help but be like, what is happening? And I'm not going to lie, it kind of reminds me of adults having tantrums. There's a thing in the 12-step programs called King Baby or Queen Baby syndrome. Basically, it's an adult that is having a 2-year-old tantrum, like when you don't get your way. I find it to be interesting because it just shows the intelligence level of a lot of people walking around. Could be emotional intelligence or something is going on. It's kind of hard to put my finger on. It's like, did these people not get enough attention when they were a child? But I'm sure they could say the same thing about me. So you just have to let people be and stand in your own power and your own beliefs and not attack people in a low-level way, because that says more about you than it does about them. So if someone starts attacking me and calling me names, I'm not going to react, because it is reacting, it's not responding. So responding comes from the word responsible. So how am I going to respond to this person or their opinion or what they're saying? Hate breeds hate, and that's how people are psychologically. If you come at somebody, they're likely to be defensive. And when they're not defensive, I'm impressed. So I like my role models to be people who I can respect, and I can't listen when people are just being hateful or blaming or reacting, being reactive, overreactive, or just, you can tell by the tone and what they're saying that they're on this, like, demonizing others and things like that, which is just not who I want to be. So who do you want to be, and who are you becoming? That's a question I want you to ask yourself. Remembering the word love, because that is really the truth of who you are, and it's an adjective, so being love, and it's a noun. It's basically who you are, and it's not in the romantic love that we have come to know in our vocabulary, in our films that we watch. It's different. It's just a feeling, a good feeling, a good nature. And that's number one. You want to have your mind, body, and soul be one with nature and what is natural. Unfortunately, a lot of people go against what is natural and create chaos and destruction. It's really about, do I want to be constructive in this world, or do I want to be destructive? So I don't think we were born to destroy other people and our planet, all for the sake of money and greed, or whatever other. It could be greed. It could just be power trips. It could be whatever, ego, anything that's destructive. I believe we came to create and to be a we instead of an I, to be community. Find your place and love who you are, support yourself. And if other people can't, they are in like a dark place. So stay away from people like that. Don't even pay them any mind. Don't give them any attention. Be mindful of the truth of who you are. Stay focused on that and have that surround you in your mind, body, soul. Be at one in your mind, body, and soul with goodness, purity, because that is who you are. Be still. Be pure in your mind, body, soul. This whole daily dose of sanity is about basically prevention. Preventing the toxic ideas that other people have and hold and are being. So don't be that. So you can be either. You can be, that's what they say. Whatever you were doing today, remember it's feeding either the good in you or the not good in you, the light in you or the dark in you, the evil in you or the angel in you. However you want to look at it. It's like you are opposite sides of the coins, and so it depends on what you're feeding. If you've lived your life with a lot of good things already instilled in you, then that's what your balance is going to be, more leaning toward good. And you'll see as you go through life, there are people who talk a lot, but watch what they do, because that's who they're being. So there could be a lot of contradictions with a lot of people in your life, as I've noticed, and I have just moved away and stopped associating with people who I have found toxic. And because I noticed there isn't a congruency in what they're saying and what they're doing. And it just reminds me, and I know I've said it before, and I can never say it enough, believe none of what you see and half of what you, I said that wrong, I'm sorry. Believe none of what you hear and half of what you see. Because people like to say a lot of things, but then when you watch them and see some things, you're like, whoa. Yeah, not really matching. And maybe definitely if you overhear someone talking and saying things about you and then they never apologize, you probably don't want to. They're probably not a trustworthy person right now, and maybe they will or maybe they won't become one, depending on their life path that they choose, because everything's a choice. So I just encourage each of you to make the right choices for your own well-being today. And it might make other people unhappy, and they might try to discourage you, but stick to your instinct of what you feel is right for you. And whatever you choose today, in 6 months you might decide something different. And that's okay. You have to always be true to yourself, and do not go through life as a people pleaser, because you will never live the life that you were supposed to live, your best life. That's why we came here. So we're just going to do, I know that was a lot to unpack, but we're going to do a little meditation on tolerance, because I feel that's a good thing right now, right? Tolerance. Put your hands out, take 3 deep breaths. Today I practice patience and tolerance, first with myself. I accept me with all my flaws and all my positive traits. I focus on what I can give in a positive way today. Even if it's just a smile or a friendly hello to cheer someone up. A lot of people are on a merry-go-round or living toxic lives or with toxic people. So be that bright light in their life with just a friendly, how you doing? It doesn't even have to be a big thing. It can be, but little things make all the difference to other people. I extend tolerance to other people even if their view is different than mine. It's okay. I'm okay. You're okay. It's all good. Everything ends up working itself out, and I have faith and I trust the process that this is true. I do not need to come up against anyone or even myself. I just allow things to be, Just for today, I allow things to be as they are, not as I would have them. Today, I accept that things are the way they are, and I just focus all my energy on being my best self and practice loving kindness and tolerance. I am the energy of love. I know that today is full of moments that can be either constructive or destructive, and I choose a constructive, good life today, and I appreciate many, 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 many good moments in this day. I'm living my best life, and I just am so grateful in my heart, mind, and soul. In my heart, mind, and soul, I am wonderful. I am at peace. All is well in this precious moment. And so it is. And with that, just take a deep breath in and exhale. Open your eyes and say thank you for this precious moment together. And if you need to reach out to me and need any help in any area that concerns your mind, body, soul, or prevention, how to stop, disconnect any toxic thoughts that you may have picked up in your mind, body, soul, so you can stop repeating them and just stop those connections now. Start telling yourself a new story. Start a new train of thought and make that the loud, positive, new power instead of habitually repeating what you may have been telling yourself regarding whether it's your health, your relationship with money, whether it's your romantic life, your spiritual life, your relationship with a higher power, your relationship with yourself, because we can turn on ourselves and become an enemy to ourselves. If you've been given not such a delightful prognosis by a doctor and you've allowed fear to overtake you, whatever you're going through, even if you are that 12-year-old child, which I have been, whose parents got divorced, and I just was not emotionally equipped to handle that. So wherever you are in life, there are tools that you can use to overcome. And I know many, many tools because I had prayed to God for compassion when I met someone and he was so compassionate. I admired it. So I said, God, I want to be that compassionate. Well, I am. And I'm not saying that in a boastful way. I'm saying that because I prayed for that, and that's who I am now. My prayer was answered. Although when I asked, I had no idea. When you pray to be a compassionate person, you really emotionally have to face a lot of heartache and pain. Because then you know. I believe this, I really do. You know how it feels to go through so many different things and how to overcome them. And it's not easy. And it's not things that I would have chosen. And just like you, if you're going through things that you know you haven't chosen, I can definitely help give you tools. And I can be that person that you can lean on. And emotionally, that's important to tell your story and have someone who supports you. And you might feel that you don't have anyone you can talk to or anyone who can keep confidence. Keep you just might not have anybody in your life at this time that you feel you can open up to or trust, or who won't laugh at you or judge you. And I know how that can be if you are a teenager, and even if you're an adult, but I know how I went through stuff, and it was difficult when you feel alone. So I just want anyone, whether you're a teenager or adult, a man or a woman, a transgender, whatever, it doesn't matter. We're all one. And if you have any problems or you're struggling with anything, whether it's suicide, wondering who you are, what you're supposed to do with your life, and I can help give you tools or help you figure it out. I'd never tell you, but we could definitely use art therapy or music therapy or journaling, or just being in the moment, or being still a few minutes a day. We'll find what'll work for you and what will serve you and empower you, because you deserve your best life and to have peace of mind today. I'll see you next time. minimedi333@gmail.com. If you want to reach out to me, I would love to hear from you. You have many, many, many blessed moments in this day.